Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Beijing for today's daily challenge where we will get double traffic lights and motorways. We require road tiles. All right. Sure. That sure is a set of circumstances under which to play a video game. We'll run this red down this way, leave some lovely waterfront property right here, which hopefully will be picked up by a couple more red houses at some point. Good morning, Hulkamat. Hulkamat was here first and also has had his sugar this morning. Hulkamat has been, how do we say this kindly and gently and with love in our hearts, on one. Oh, God. I, on the other hand, woke up to a painful cramp in my leg, which was not fun. But hey, it has been remedied. Let's toss, you know what? Let's toss these reds down this way, and we'll grab these two, which had previously been going in that manner, and we'll send these two over to here. There. That'll be a little bit shorter. This yellow house will snake around like so. Snake around. Snake around. Snake up, and of course, snake down. All right, we'll take 4 traffic lights. That'll see us through on traffic lights for pretty much the rest of the episode, honestly. If you can tell me the last time I ever at one point, not even like at the final stage, but at any point ever deployed 5 traffic lights on a level of mini motorways, I would gently suggest that you might have something better to do with your time. But, you know, if you can, the point is we're going to be fine with 4 traffic lights. That'll see us through, no problem. Minor problem is the inability of these blues to get to here without crossing over this red road. All right, well, for the moment, I guess we can loop like so, and then down in this way. If this has to be the way it goes, this will be fine. I'd kind of rather have a roundabout here, but honestly, this is not terribly long. This is probably just fine. Getting these reds over to here, and then like so. We'll take 30 more road tiles. Good morning, Mush Brains. Happy to have you here with us as well. I want to talk about something which, to be frank, only matters to me, but I'm the one with the microphone, and theoretically it could matter to other people in the future. So, as you're probably aware, in addition to Good Morning, he's going to talk about Cope's theme song. No. Why would I? It's a good song. I agree with you, Hulkamat, that crowds are now forcing the sing-along with Cope's music gimmick, which it was fun when Australia did it at, the first time that happened at God, I'm blanking on the name of that show. Grand Slam, of course. It was fun when it happened at Grand Slam Australia. Every time since then has been the crowd trying to force a moment and Adam Copeland being all too happy to let them do it. And okay. Oh God, they're probably not going to literally recreate the Chris Jericho "You Can't Have Your Music" gimmick. Although I will say, when Chris Jericho comes back to Judas in My Mind, that will be fun because that's going to happen at some point. Like Jericho's going to make a return in AEW, and he's going to use Judas, and the crowd's going to go batshit. That's going to happen, and it's going to be fun. And then, hopefully, very shortly thereafter, Chris Jericho will retire. But, one of those feels more likely than the other. If anything, I think Chris Jericho might have one more WWE run in him. But we'll see. Delicious, tasty Sprite Zero. Speaking of things that we will... Good God, what is happening? Hold on. All of the shit in the world is spawning. Okay. So, a lot of stuff just happened. We've got this gray business up here. We only have the one bridge, so we have to be a little bit mindful here. But we're going to use this gray to get up this way, which means that these greens need to get over here, and we'll probably... I once again wish that I had a roundabout, but I don't. So instead, we'll toss this over to here. That is going to use 14 road tiles, but oh well. We'll also bulldoze that tree. Sorry about that tree. All right. Now, if we get a roundabout, I'll toss a roundabout right here, and we'll do yellow, boys. We'll do yellow, boys? No. No, don't do yellow, boys. That seems rude. All right, let's take a bridge. I guess, I mean, theoretically, we could and probably should just separate these yellows and run them like so over to here. I don't necessarily love that, but I actually don't even have a completion to that sentence. I just don't love that. However, we'll send it off that way nonetheless. This red here, swoop down here. We get 6 reds going into here. So, as I was saying, as you're probably aware, in addition to Good Morning Mini Motorways, we do a couple of other YouTube series here on the channel. And lately that's been Cyberpunk 2077 and Dragon Age: The Veilguard. And what I do for those is I take the raw video of a Twitch stream and I pull it into my editing program and I chop it up into what I think to be reasonably entertaining and fairly concise 45 to 75 minute episodes, and then we send them off into the world. It's not quite, a full-on designed YouTube Let's Play in the style of Many a True Nerd or anything, but it's also not quite just literally the VOD of the Twitch stream. We'll take a bridge. And I've been doing that for a while. And to be perfectly frank, the viewership for that is bad. And I've been doing it because I think it's good practice and I think it delivers a better product. I feel better saying the word product than content, at least. I think it delivers a better product than just putting the VOD up. But it is also labor intensive. It is not my favorite part of this whole, hey, let's make videos for the internet game. The whole choppy editing of it all. And lately, in fact, I think yesterday, there just wasn't an upload. And part of the reason for that is my work schedule has been insane. And part of the reason for that is I just don't wanna. Like, I don't know if it's, if I'm burned out on it or if, the quality just isn't there, but I have not enjoyed the editing process for a minute now. And to be perfectly frank and honest, and this is something that my friends have been telling me to say more often and I've been reluctant to say, the juice isn't worth the squeeze, so to speak, in terms of those, highly edited, go through with a fine-tooth comb and pick out anything that isn't immediately moving the action forward or very entertaining and chop it out and then render and upload and all of that. It's just difficult. And my point is, rather than belaboring it, well, first of all, my point is that we got to do something with this red house. I was going to have a different first point, but then I changed my first point. In order to do something with this red house, we probably... Man, I could use like 3 different roundabouts in this level right now. We've got these yellows here that aren't doing anything. I kind of want to get them integrated over here. But also, while we're here, let's do this. We're going to run this red over here, and we're going to do... Oh, wait, I can't do that, actually. We'll have to go up, over, and around and down and in like so. And then that goes that way. Can I? No. Because coming down here, you'd still need this tile. This tile. Okay, so we can't have 2 roads go through here. Fine. We'll put a perfectly cromulent traffic light right there. That'll be A-okay. We'll grab these 2 grays from here. Now the issue, well, an issue, is Motorways cost road tiles. So I can't... Well, actually, if we chop and murder all of this yellow road here, we could probably send light blues up and over into here, which in turn would free up these yellows. All right, everybody go for a second here. My end goal is I want to use a motorway to get grays over here, and I don't know if that's going to be feasible. We're going to find out together. You go there. You go there. Okay. So, now we've freed these yellow houses to serve this yellow business, which is lovely. And we have these 4 gray houses, which may or may not be able to get to here. It feels ambitious. It was, in fact, ambitious. Crap. All right. Well, I've got 16 spare road tiles, and mother of fuck. Okay. Interesting. By interesting, you know what I mean. I think we're just going to go until Monday, draw that motorway, and then see what we got. Oh, you went circular. You felt that rounding yourself was the correct play in this moment, huh? It's really what you thought? Man, I could not... I disagree with your premise, but okay. All right, let's take that roundabout I've been wanting and draw this motorway before I do anything that might even temporarily cost me that motorway, because this business exists. All right. So, now, I was going to have a roundabout here, and perhaps I still should. Yeah, I think perhaps I still should. Okay. So if we do this, we can put a roundabout right here about. And we'll do yellow houses, go up like that, and then in like so. Motorway number 1 swoops over here, so these greens go straight shottedly into this business. That'll be fine. This yellow house swoops up and over like so. And while we're here, I think we're going to marry... We're going to undo this thing we only recently did. Everybody go for a second to get some tiles to sort themselves out. But the plan... Yeah, the plan is the blues and yellows come this way. Go off like such. Okay. Everybody go. Everybody straighten yourself out. This yellow business here will be serviced by a second spur off of this roundabout, which involves minorly bulldozing a tree. Sorry about that tree. This gray business has already caught up. Okay. Fullness of time, if I was to get another motorway, I would grab this hunk of blues and just motorway them over to this why? Why? Grays, why? Well, this is a problem. This is a problem. Okay, so now we have 2 more problems. I was just saying how I could optimate and solve better and okay. Well, now we have more problems. Great. Great green gobs of horrifying problem shit. Oh god. Okay. Could I just run these blues over here in a straight shot road now? Should I do that? Nah. It's already Sunday evening. I'm not fixing these problems in 8 seconds, so we'll take a bridge, because it's not like I need 4 more traffic lights. Okay. So, we've got 2 different sets of problems. Well, we've got several problems. Let's work on fixing any of our several problems. First, we're going to chop this. We're going to ruin that. we're going to take this red house right here. We're going to draw that. Separate the yellows from the reds. Pull the blues off of that. Okay. So now the yellows and these grays right now, which don't actually need to do that, come to think of it. Because you can swoop like so, and in that away. Okay. This is better, I think. What we can do is move motorway number 2 over to here, and then have this happen. So now this clump of gray houses right here will service both of these gray businesses. And that should actually be okay. Next, I'm a little bit concerned. I'm a lot concerned about this, let's be honest. I could actually, if we draw this very carefully, we can recreate the blue road that was going over here. We can redo that using mostly existing pathing, and this is a 1B 1R situation going over here, which is good. Unfortunately, it does use the vast bulk of my road going to a less than great situation. However, I'm going to let this shake itself out for just a moment. Okay. All of the tiles are back. I'm not reclaiming any more road tiles as things shake out here. So, what I want to do is move motorway number 1 over here, just like that. That'll have these 4 greens serve this business. Will, however, have the ancillary effect of fucking over this business, which, to be clear, is bad. However, what we can do is chop this and maybe just all of this red. I basically just want to get these greens here to play nice with this road here. And if these greens here play nice with this road here, I can get them into this roundabout and then over to here. I need another, what's this, half a dozen road tiles to do that. But, well, actually at present I don't have a but in that sentence. I just have a need. A need for but. No. Well, maybe. But also, a need for but is the title of the episode. At least so far. Hopefully I'll say something funnier than that at some point, but... Alright, this gray business is still kind of falling apart. This green over here has gone circular, which actually isn't a terrible problem, but it's kind of a problem. This green business is not going to survive. Oh! I somehow 11'd my way into having 11 additional road tiles. How did that happen? Alright, let's take advantage of that thing I planned to do then. So we'll run this down here. This becomes a lengthy but straight-shotted road. Actually, no, I don't have the... It would take more than 9 road tiles to extend this all the way here and just do it singularly. So let's not. Instead, we'll do that. And this green circle's still a little mad about stuff. So we'll toss a few more greens in that direction. You'll work out okay. All right. Is everything gonna be fine? Maybe. Possibly. At least at this moment, the answer isn't definitely no. Well, you know, in the fullness of time, it's going to be bad. That's an absolute factual truth. But for right now, it's going to be okay. We'll take a motorway. How However, with Motorways costing road tiles, that doesn't help me as much as you might think. It's still good. It's still wonderful. Good morning, good afternoon, sun, flares, space. Happy to have Sunny here with us. Feels like it has been a minute. Hello, Sunflare Space. Okay, let's grab this yellow road over to here. Extend this like so, and I'll toss a traffic light there. So yellows can come here and either go down and take care of this business, or continue, run through the reds, and get over to here. That should be okay-ish. Hey, did I mention that I have an absolute hard out and then I need to be off this, I need to be on a Zoom call at 8? No? Well, I do. Did I also mention that in addition to needing to be on a Zoom call at 8, I need to move my car at some point this morning because they're painting the parking lot. They're painting the parking lot. Sonny was hired for 14 and a half hours a week and is working 35. Part-time labor. Oh no. Oh, that sounds painful. That sounds deleterious to your health, Sunflare Space. Oh god. Let's take we'll take a bridge, I think. This road here is becoming an issue. Like, obviously we've got this this neat little double business plaza thing here, which we can just at least temporarily satiate by doing that. But yeah, you and you want to go there. You want to come down here. This will be something. So yeah, the roundabout itself is kind of operating okay, but all of the roads leading into it are kind of choke pointy, and I think I can resolve some of that by just peeling a little bit of yellow off of this road and running it that away, just to loosen the restrictions here, to get a little bit less yellow going in this direction. I don't know if that's going to actually be helpful, but it seems like it might be. Also send another couple of greenhouses into here, which should be Dine and Fandy. They were the people who raised Marlene. You know, they were Marlene's biological parents, and then, well, Fandy died and Dine went crazy, so now Barrett is Marlene's dad. Everybody remembers that. It's a key part of the plot of Final Fantasy VII. All right, is this business actually any better? It appears as though the answer is no. So, crap. Okay, well, good news. We have a backup plan. The backup plan is we chop all of this garbo crap here, and we pull motorway number 3 to do... No, come on. Game, I just need... Okay, fine. Give me, like, one more road tile. Where can I steal one more road tile for a minute? I don't even need it, like, permanent or nothing. Here, give me one spare road tile, please. Give me one road tile, you fucker of mothers, or something. I don't know. You bastard of dicks. Would you at least let this be pulled out of here so I can actually save this damned business? Stop sending greens this way! Okay, that's not actually gonna work. So, crap. Crap. This is not actually gonna clear this road until all of the greens that are meant to come here. These greens are meant to come here. So, stop saying where things are meant to come, Goog. You're not a porn director. What if we... Okay, I can chop that. If I chop these, I save 2 more road tiles, which means I can draw this little doohickey right here. These 3 greens will now swing in here and hopefully actually support this. Nope, I saw that too late. Sigh, and damn it. Okay. 1,182 commuters over 76 days. I swear I'm good at this game. Top 40% in the world. Not particularly great, but, hey, we do get to drop the G cheese into the chat. That's something. That definitely counts for something. Do you know what else counts for something? Is 1, displaying the Wordle box, and 2, finishing the thing I was saying about video. So my point is chopping up the streams into what I consider to be reasonably well edited and entertaining videos is hard. And it's a time-consuming process, and I just haven't had the passion for it lately, and it's not worth it. You know? It would be one thing if, you know, these videos were getting views, but by and large, they're not at the moment. And that's, you know, I'm not doing this entirely for the potential of views and profits and all of that. But at the same time, if it's not worth it, it's not worth it. So my point is, going forward, and this is probably going to be a next week thing, because that's the next time I'm really going to have time to even start doing this. If you do watch those videos, you will probably see a much looser editing style for them, by which I mean I'm going to chop, like, previously we had been going through and slicing and trimming and editing, and we're going to go through, like, we had been going through first with a kitchen knife and then, like, with a little paring knife. Now we're going to start going through with a cleaver, is what I'm getting at. We're going to take a 4-hour stream. Like, previously, a 4-hour stream would probably have generated 3 or 4 30 to 45 minute episodes. Now a 4-hour stream is going to generate just under 4 1-hour episodes. Like, I'm going to cut out the starting soon screen and the BRB screen and any, like, super long tangents in the middle. Like, if I wind up doing a Goog recaps the plot of Final Fantasy X that takes 45 minutes, I'll chop that out, and you won't see that if you're watching Dragon Age: the Veilguard. But if I'm, you know, saying something funny or just running through a hallway and nothing really interesting happens and there's no character dialogue or anything, previously I would go through the video with a fine-tooth comb and cut out moments like that. And that would mean that a 45-minute edit video takes anywhere between 3 and 7 hours to edit, depending on how my brain is feeling that day. The hope is that now that 45-minute video will take somewhere in the order of 45 minutes to edit, maybe even a little bit less, and I'll be able to continue putting those out, because I do want to put them out, and I still do think that's better than just uploading the VOD, because, you know, for as much as nobody's watching these 45-minute videos, nobody's going to watch a 3.5-hour VOD, is my thought process. But they'll be out there, and then it won't just be something that we twitch into the ether and then goes away forever, which is also nice. Is this a happy medium, or am I just bad? It could be both. It could always be both. All right, enough navel gazing. Let's play Wordle and start with navel, because, hey, it's a word. It contains letters. Yesterday's word was kefir, so there are no rules anymore, aside from, you know, all of the rules. So, ends in L, contains an N and an E. It's not panel, because there's no A, and E isn't the 4th letter. It's not like renal, because, again, there's no A. The fact that there's no A is actually surprising, given the, Well, what about enbol? Now, granted, enbol here isn't a word, but, all right, it can't be embroil. That is a 7-letter word that does not even contain an N. So, good job, Goog. What about, no, it can't be level, for several very good reasons. Interesting. And by interesting, I mean, what if it's truck? It's not truck. But what if it is? What if it's actually stuck? I was trying to pull 5 letters that I hadn't used already. And, well, I mean, we did get a K. So there's a K in there, which means it's K. What? What? No, that doesn't. But... Huh. Well, it's not Neil, because that first E in that would have been green. There's like... No, it can't be Noel, because Noel doesn't contain an E. So... I'm somehow more confused. I've gained more knowledge and more confusion. This is the first time this has ever happened, clearly. Oh, God. What in the ever-loving fuck is this word? It's a good question to which I do not presently have an answer. Can't be knife. We know that it can't be knife. So there's no good reason for us to guess that it could be knife. It's not any of several things, actually. All right, well, this at least will be 3 position guesses for... I don't feel good about this, but... What? What? It's not... What? What in the fuck is... The sound of a bell, especially when rung solemnly for a death or funeral. You remember how we used to do connections here in Gimmimimim? We used to play connections and strands, and we stopped playing those games because they were bullshit. Yep. Just evoking a memory for no particular reason. Let's play Time Guesser. All right, so we are somewhere in Ohio, I would guess, based on the license plates here, at a Goodyear plant. All right, let's see. How many stars are on this flag? Oh, there are 48 stars on this flag. That means this flag predates like 1953. Good thought, Goog. Good job, Goog. What do we got here? So we got a guy in a suit at a Goodyear factory. Okay. I don't suppose your license plates will tell me when you expire, will you? Sort of, not really. No. Unfortunate. All right. Well, we're at a Goodyear factory somewhere or factory or blimp housing or something in Ohio, which is this is Ohio, right? Yeah, this is Ohio. Okay. Where in Ohio? Wonderful question. Dayton? I don't know why I think Dayton. It's probably a bad choice. Yeah, I don't think we're getting any more specific than, do you happen to know where the Goodyear plant in Ohio is? And the answer for me is no. No, I do not. So, we are in Lima, Ohio, hometown of professional wrestler Al Snow. No? All right, fine. We are in Middletown, Ohio, located, of course, in the southwest corner of Ohio. We are in Huntington, West Virginia. I see. Hello, the McElroy brothers. I think Justin still lives in Huntington. God damn, Huntington, you're basically just Ohio. You're also basically just Kentucky. I gotcha. All right. I don't know, man. We'll drop a pin in Columbus and be, within a half of Ohio. So that's something. As to the win of this, I don't know, man. So the flag has 48 stars, which means that there are 48 states, which means it's before Alaska and Hawaii became states and a flag was printed and sent to this Goodyear plant. So it's probably pre-1953, but not terribly pre-1953. So we're going to say it's like 1950. It was 1941. Okay, fine. Also, apparently the Goodyear Air Dock is in Akron, Ohio. Okay. Fine. Entirely reasonable. Next, we have Med Svenska Handelsbanken, which is nice. Maspara Svenska Handelsbanken. All right, hold on. No, why would you bonkin with the handles? Bonkin with the blade or something. Don't bonkin with the handles. God. Apparently that's Swedish. Works for me. License plates are not helpful. Cars are generally helpful, but apparently that's Swedish, which apparently probably means this is Sweden. Where the hell else would they speak Swedish other than Sweden and, IKEA. This is not an IKEA, I'm reasonably certain. All right, so let's find us a place in Sweden, specifically one with a restaurant and a Göteborg Bank and a Hedingrens and a Handelsbanken. Could be a Handelsbanken. Oh, I think Sonny knows exactly where we are all of a sudden. This is Cock'em Switch. Nope, we're moving on with our lives. Göteborg is a city in Sweden. Hey, how about that? All right, that was Finland. This one's Sweden. Cool. Now, here's Gothenburg, but that's not quite what we were going for. We're going for Göteborg with a, well, it's either Göteborg with an umlaut or Göteborg with square pupils. So, oh God. Oh, Gothenburg is the English spelling. Okay, so we're just here. Got it. Thank you, Sonny. So we are in Gothenburg, Sweden, right there in 1957. No, this is entirely too late to be 1957. This is 1954, obviously. It's 1956, and also it was Stockholm. Oh well. Next. Hi there, enormous dragon skull. What's your deal? Oh, you have a disco ball in your mouth. This Chinese dragon has a disco ball in its mouth. Okay. That's very nice, and I like that. What does your thing say? Your thing says a bunch of stuff I cannot read. Cool. Amazing. Mushbrains does not think this is China, which judging from the loopy curliness of the language here, yeah, this is not Chinese, but apparently it's Thai, which, yeah, okay. Can see that being Thai. Not everyone has adhered to formal attire, but generally speaking, yeah, this is Thai. Our camera guy here, try to glean some time knowledge. This feels like a 80s, like early 80s news camera type situation. He's here for the jazz lanyard, obviously. Let's see here. Do we have anything else? No. Now, if I was a person who knew astrology, I might be a person who could tell you when the last year of the dragon was that would coincide with the general vibe of this photo. Like, maybe it would have been like 1972, 1984, 1996, and then we suss out that it's 1984. I am not a person who knows astrology. So, Anyway, I will now draw a circle which I'm reasonably sure encompasses Thailand. This is a circle which I can narrow that circle. I'm positive that Thailand is not in Australia. So we are now drawing a circle that I'm reasonably certain encompasses Thailand. Beyond that, we're going to have to get a little bit lucky. Aha! I was right. So if this is Thai and if this is Thailand, then this might as well be Bangkok. And the dragon, it definitely doesn't look like it's super hard or nothing. And I would believe that these guys are generally chefy about stuff. So maybe this is a one big puff pastry disco dragon, which... Yep, that's the new title of the episode. Puff Pastry Disco Dragon. Everybody loves them a puff pastry disco dragon. Anyway, we are in Bangkok, Thailand, and I think we decided that it's 1984. Yeah, sure, that sounds right. It was, in fact, 1997. Interesting. Also, the dragon is made out of egg noodles, which is kind of like puff pastry, except less tasty. All right, this is Le Sécure de Belgique, which means this is the... It's not seconds. Okay, so this is a Belgian sepulcher, obviously, which means we're in Belgium, which is the important part. Let's see. This bus is going to Midi, Phil, Ligma, Flanders, and other less funny places. Got it. Okay. Bushbrain saw Le and was like, "Oh, France." No, this is, however, pour les petits femmes ou préférence sporky. For the kids who like sporky. For the kids who like sporky, we now present Toy Story 4. I guess that guy was named Forky, which is weird because he was a spork. Oh yeah, there's an A. Yeah, for the little hunger. New, which is we. Yeah, for the little hunger, we like sporky. All right, fine. I feel as though you're biased, advertisers, given that you work for Sporky. All right, here's a Stella Artois in Belgium. All right, we're in Waterloo, Belgium. I don't know if there is a Waterloo in Belgium, and if there's not, I know there's a Waterloo in France. Perhaps we should pay less attention to the fact that this is the Belgian somethings. Sure, we're in Waterloo, France. Nothing but good things, historically speaking, happen in Waterloo, right? Is Waterloo even in France? I don't know. Napoleon was, like, beaten in a battle there, but he was also an imperialist motherfucker, so... Shit. Alright, well, the good news is France and Belgium are, like, right next to each other, so if it's one and not the other, we just pick one, and then we're kind of right. I also... can't fucking see Waterloo on this map. Therefore, we're going to drop a pin in Brussels and call it good and suggest that it is 19... wonderful question. Based on the Volkswagen bustliness of this all, we're going to say that it's 1971. Was, in fact, 1980. And hey, we were in Brussels. Okay. Next. Hi, guys. Okay. All right. I know these guys. This is Francisco Lindor. This is Juan Soto. This is Pete Alonso. And this guy with his head tucked away back here is Brandon Nimmo. No? New York Mets humor? Anyone? All right, fine. So these are the Beatles. They're rather famous. They were also rather famous for a very particular time in history. And they've got weird idol thingies. Presumably, they went to a place and were presented with weird idol thingies, which is nice. Now, if I was a person who recognized weird idol thingies, we would be able to tell where the fuck these Beatles are. But I'm not, so we have absolutely nothing else to go on, other than, like, this random seaside landscape here, or perhaps just throng of folk. Come to think of it, it turns out that this is not water, it's land. This is land. This is a throng of folk. So, yeah, I have no earthly idea where the fuck this photo was taken, which is a problem because that's like half the game here. So, Yeah, man, I don't know. It could be. It's probably not Europe. It could be. It could be some. It could be Africa. It could be Australia. It could be like maybe they're in New Guinea. Were the Beatles ever in New Guinea? Did the Beatles play Auckland? Maybe the Beatles played Auckland. Let's find New Zealand. Which one of you are a Zealand? You. Yeah, you. You're a Zealand. Here. Maybe the Beatles played Auckland, and if they didn't, I'm exceedingly wrong. They did! I'm the smartest man alive. By which I mean I managed to blindfoldedly, drunkenly spin around and throw a dart at a map of the world. And I got the right place. I'll take it. 38,889 sure is a time guesser score. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Marlins, Rangers, Mets, Yankees, dudes what played third base, and dudes what was born outside this here country. A dude who played for the New York Mets but was not born in the 50 United States is Pedro Martinez. Everybody go ahead and bang Pedro. A dude who played for the Yankees and Mariners is indeed Ichiro. A wonderful baseball player, it must be said. A dude who played third base for the Texas Rangers is Michael Young. A dude who played for the Rangers and the Yankees is John Wetland. As opposed to, John Savannah or John Desert, who presumably are better people than John Wetland. But, that's not particularly hard. Yeah, Sonny, you are also correct. Ichiro is a dude who was born outside the U.S. and played for the Yankees. And other such fella is Luis Severino, presumably. Luis Severino, not born in the United States, did play for the Yankees. A dude who played third base for the Marlins of Miami, but also Florida, is Mike Lowell. A dude who played third base and was born outside the 50 United States and D.C. is Andy Marte. We're going to go with Boston Red Sox legend Andy Marte. A dude who played for the New York Mets and also the Florida Marlins is Alejandro De Aza. And a former Met who played for the Rangers is Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom's the easy layup answer. Max Scherzer is the slightly funnier answer. And therefore, we go with Max Scherzer. Folks, this is an Immaculate Grid. And no, it will take us to the end of this episode of Good Morning Mini Motorways. Thank you all so very much for being here. I intend to be back later this evening for Dragon Age: the Veilguard. We shall have fun with that indeed. And that's it. I have to be in Boston early tomorrow morning, so hopefully Gimmim on Monday. We'll see. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.